I did Joey Merlino's first interview. He's the rumored boss of the Philly Mafia.
Yeah, rumored jerk off. Wait, so let me tell you something about this guy. You know what's funny about Joey Merlino? I'm going to give you a perfect example of Joey Merlino. He comes on, he goes, rat, rat, and he goes like this with his lips. What's wrong with this dude's face, first off? He talks so much shit about everybody. Rat this, rat that, rat this. You're on the fucking internet, okay? You're talking on internet. I'm part of organized crime. Ready? I'm going to go off on this fucking guy right now. You are a boss of Philly, right? You're breaking every code of La Cosa Nostra. The 5 families want you dead secretly in their brain. You made a mockery of them. You're on the internet talking. That's first off. You broke every code, okay? You got shot. Your friend got killed. You got your place blown up. You're a fucking herb. You're a victim. I feel bad for you. You're a fucking victim. You come on here, you talk bad about everybody. Sammy, this guy, that guy. You're a clown. Your fucking partner, who, that fat junkie, what's his name? Fucking Snuff with needles in his arm with fake Rolexes, okay? You're coming here talking shit, putting everybody on blast. You're 2 jerk-offs. Okay, I said it to this day. If I bump into you, you say something to me, it is what it is. I'm not a guy that runs. You talk all this shit about everybody. He abuses you. Oh, Vlad, no good. This guy. Who are you? You're not the boss of Philly. You're Joey the dropout. When you go to fucking jail, you walk a dropout yard. You're not a fucking gangster no more. That's what it is. You're a clown, okay? You're a fucking clown. That's how I feel about it. And I hope you air exactly what I'm saying because he needs to hear this. The only thing I respect that he did is he outed John Jr., another fucking clown. And he put his 302s out there because John Jr.'s a fucking rat too, but he wants to sit here like he's not. Other than that, Joey Merlino, you're a jerk off. You're a clown. You're on YouTube. You're doing the same shit we're all fucking doing. You should be sitting with us. You're no better. Okay?
What's your beef with him specifically?
Oh, he came at all of us.
Came at you?
Everybody. He said he's coming at all the rats. Except this rat will punch your teeth in. Bet that. Bet that. I bet dollars of donuts I'll fight him with one arm behind my back and I'll beat the shit out of him.
Well, I can tell you, I've interviewed a lot of mob guys, and Joey was by far the most defensive.
It's a jerk off.
It was almost like the joke in the comments was like,
Vlad.
Joey, tell me about your dad. Dad? Who's his dad guy? I don't know any dad.
The drunk that they demoted him and they were going to kill him?
I'm just saying, in general, he didn't know anybody.
Right.
He doesn't know about the
Yeah, I know.
mob.
He's at the mob. He don't know John Rubio. He's on 1,000 hours of wiretaps with him, talking the most nonsense shit you ever hear. So, I love this guy who talks about people's girls and this stuff. I have no filter. I have nothing to protect. I'm known for this. Okay, I don't give a fuck. He is a jerk off. He's trying to come at us to get views. I understand that, but you're not going to abuse me, my friends. I'm going to make a mockery out of you. You're a fucking clown. You're a laughing stock of the fucking mafia. You're getting abused. Your place getting blown up. You're getting shot. Your friend's getting killed. Who are you? You're a fucking victim.
Well, his cheesesteak shop got blown up in Philly.
He's a fucking herb. You don't hear about this shit happening to my friends when we were in the street? Blown up, robbed. What are you?
Well, I can't
You're a
say
gangster
though.
or a victim?
Well, in his defense, though, he is one of the few mob guys that really has not cooperated.
Do we know that?
I've never heard of anything.
Do we know that? John Jr. didn't come out for years. Everyone know John Jr. He was around the low. You don't even know.
Seems like he didn't cooperate.
You don't even know anymore. What he's doing right now on the internet's pretty much cooperating. I know Mikey knows them in New York are having a fucking heart attack over it. I know that for a fact. Everyone's having a heart attack. You look like a jerk off. You're coming on the internet and you're selling clothes. Skinny Joe, your Mafia nickname? That's your show? Your Mafia nickname? Really? Think about that. Skinny Joe Merlino, that's his Mafia mob boss nickname. That's his show. Selling shirts to your face. Come on, bro.
I mean, it's better to do legal business, though, isn't it?
And he got that little jerk off, the used car salesman with him. Come on. Man, got these guys talking about, you ain't no street guy. What the fuck you talking about us for? Why are you talking about us for? You're a used car salesman. You selling cars. You never busted a grape in a fruit fight. You talking about me? I got more violence in 1 month than you did in your whole life. You're going to talk about me? Who are you? You see me, you run for your life. I'm being real with you right now. I'm getting mad because I'm sick of these fake tough guys coming on here calling me out. I'll take both of yous. And I'll do it in a ring in front of everybody.
He is a little bit older than you.
So bring his cousin or something. Bring a friend. I don't care. You're not going to. Sitting here and trying to abuse everybody. You talk about Sammy. Sammy's 80 years old. He's 80 years old. You're going to talk about his shoes? Like, oh, the guy's an old man. Like, all right, I'm not old. You know, you keep bringing this up, so now I'm going to slaughter you. And that's what I did.
Well, you've had some dealings with Sammy the Bull.
Yeah, I like Sammy.
How did that go?
Good. We went the other night.
Yeah,
He's
I've interviewed him twice.
Yeah, he's cool.
Yeah, cool guy.
Listen, he's cool. Listen, at the end of the day, he did what he did, but he's a part of Mafia history. You can't take that from him. This guy was a part of the biggest hit ever. You know what I mean? Orchestrated. You can't take things from this guy. Whatever he did, John Gotti Sr. is a gangster. I'll never take that from him, but he got a big fucking mouth. You're talking about fucking murders all over wiretap. You got everybody indicted. You were going to jail without Sammy. I'm not sticking up for him. I'm just being honest with you. John was going to jail regardless. He talked about 20 murders on wiretap. You're going to jail.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying he did what he did, but this guy was a part of a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? It's whole different levels of this shit. You know, Sammy's like, you know, A-list when it comes to this shit. You know, him and Mike Francis, you know, those are the top dogs. They're, you know.
Yeah. I mean, our first interview almost didn't happen because he came, it was me, him, and his granddaughter.
Right.
And then before the interview, he was like, all right, so what are you going to talk about? And I kind of went down some of the...
Right.
He's like, no, we can't talk about any of that. Can't talk about any of that. And I'm like, well, then we're not going to do the interview. No, I'm not going to pay you.
Right.
Like, fine, you're not going to, fine, fuck this interview. And I'm like, yeah, fuck this interview. And then his granddaughter was like, Grandpa, all the stuff he's asking about, you've already talked about on your podcast.
Right.
You talked about this. You talked about this.
Right.
You've talked about this. You talked about this. He's like, okay, fine, but I don't want to talk about, you know, killing my brother-in-law, and I can't talk about the Arizona thing because I got to deal with Discovery Channel. I'm like, fine, no problem. So we had a great interview.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but it was like, it was an
cool,
interesting
you know?
moment. Where it was like,
he's cool. He
you
just,
got two guys who didn't want to back down.
But remember, you're dealing with a guy that's late in age, too.
Exactly.
You know, if you dealt with him probably 40 years ago, 30 years ago, it wouldn't be like that if you talk with him. You know, they get grumpy as they get older. He's a grumpy old man.
It was it was a business dispute. It was like, I'm not going to pay you this if I can't ask the questions I want to ask.
Yeah.
It was really just that simple.
Yeah,
if you want to walk out, then walk out.
I agree with you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll pay you after the interview. I'm not going to pay you before. And if you don't want to talk about anything, this is a waste of everyone's time.
Right.
But his granddaughter was like the voice of reason and came in and kind of convinced him. And then we had really an epic interview. And, you know, and then I remember, like, I think it was the second interview, Trump actually posted it on his social media.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, Sammy's like commenting.
I said something about that. I couldn't
you said
believe
something
that.
about that. Yeah, it was actually my interview.
Yeah,
I'm
crazy.
like, oh wow, former president's posting my footage. I'm not mad at this.
Well, he'll be the new one soon. So.
Yeah. Well, man. Appreciate you coming in, Gene.
Yes.
Like I said, we had our first interview, your first interview ever, but at the time, I literally had no information about you.
Right.
You know, we're doing John A.
It came blindsided. Johnny just
he
grabbed me on.
blindsided me. I mean, not in a bad way, but he was like, hey, I got this guy. He's a little younger. And I'm like, okay, let me kind of get the backstory. You told me a few things, but I didn't really, you know what I mean? Like every interview
it's
I
hard.
do.
You got to do your homework.
I do research. You know, if you notice, like your whole story has been laid out.
Right.
You know, your other interviews have been watched. Right. I was really very blind coming into this, so it wasn't a real interview. But I'm glad that you came into your own. You started your own business because, you know, a lot of times you got guys coming out of prison with felonies. They're in a very precarious situation.
Right.